I talked to my girlfriend. I said, hey, I'm following one of those charismatic talkers on the planet. Said, well, tell me your patent attorney lower their expectations. I found out that you only have 20 slides, so I had this 70-slide presentation. I thought, well, they don't have any limitation on font size, so I'll give you a second to go ahead and you got about 15 seconds on that one. The thousands of things that go wrong with your website: hardware failure, software failure, employee mistakes, legal oversights are one of the things that most people miss. I mean, most people here have a pretty good handle on these other things, but legal oversights are a huge problem, and I usually only see the people after these problems occur. They occur because the businesses are unaware of the problems, the advisors, the accountants, everybody's unaware of it, and almost every attorney is unaware of online legal problems that can shut down your website. So you end up with a lot of crossed fingers. The things to remember are, you can't fix everything. You can't change everything on your website to make it perfect. No lawyer is going to find every flaw. Even a patent lawyer is not going to find every flaw. Just make sure you look for trends and be on top of these issues so you can address them very quickly. General advice: look to others in your industry. They're going to be the best bellwethers of what to do. Share strategies. That's a big thing most people don't do. Stay abreast of changes in law and have an open communication with your lawyer. Anytime you think there's a problem, contact them. If they can fix it quickly, it's going to be cheaper. Addressing the problems quickly, you want to have an action plan, have forensic in place, so if something does happen, you can follow it, find out what happened so it doesn't happen again. Prepare for the unexpected. A few hours in reaction time can save you thousands of dollars. First of all, get an attorney that knows IT legal issues. There aren't very many. Most of them won't try to say they do when they don't. Most attorneys doesn't even come up on the radar. Most of them are simply crossing their fingers. They don't want to give that advice, so they'll pretty much refer you out to somebody who knows what they're talking about. Number 10, no website disclaimer. The scope varies with your website. It's going to change on what your particular website needs. Don't take somebody else's and put it up there. Update it as appropriate. Number 9, privacy breaches. I think most people are familiar with privacy breaches. The types of misuse of collected data, internal mishandling, no privacy policy, and ignoring industry laws, Graham, Leach, Bliley, HIPAA. Internal mishandling, employees are the biggest problem. One thing you can do is have appropriate chain of command. If you know who you're supposed to report to, you're going to be able to address problems more quickly. It'll save the board of directors a lot of problems because they can be held personally liable for these breaches. Losing intellectual property, patent, trademark, copyright, trade secret, the principal asset of most online companies. Do an IP audit, get protection on the things you need to have protected, and keep your IP portfolio current so that you know what you have and you can explain to other people. Security breaches, number 6. $1.5 trillion per year damages or losses associated with security breaches. Hackers and employees, don't get complacent. Share intel with other people. Join something like InfraGard so you find out what information you have. Breaking the law. Regulatory Compliance Committee, every company should have one. There's hundreds of cyber laws. They're industry specific. Just make sure you have some ability to monitor legislation. Don't be the worst player in your industry. Contracts, you want to have somebody that knows what they're doing drafting them. You think it's going to be quicker, easier, and cheaper if you do it yourself, but it's actually going to be quicker if you have somebody else do it because they're going to set templates up. You can use them over and over. It's going to be easier because somebody else is writing it, cheaper in the long run, and it reduces your downside. Intellectual property infringement. We talked about loss of intellectual property, but the infringement is tell your employees don't post stuff on the web that you find somewhere else. Even if they said it was shareware or some pic they found or some public use, make sure that you have that in writing. Ignoring your lawyer, one of the biggest things. I keep telling my girlfriend that. Don't ignore me. But this could be a big problem here. Failing to train your employees, letting IP lapse, failing to keep a lawyer in the loop, that's a big one. The big thing is have formal policies. Your attorney can help you put these together. Has to be specific to your company. Use the previous 9 things I talked about as an outline, followed by all the employees. It's a living document. It changes so you can address a problem before a problem arises. The benefits are you're less likely to get sued. If you do get sued, it's going to be cheaper. If you do get sued or they get an injunction, your website gets shut down, that's going to cause so much grief with your clients. And the main thing is it'll keep your lawyer really happy. So that's kind of the benefit. What if you get sued? If you get sued and you have these things in place, you're in a better position to win early, like on a summary judgment. The judge and jury can see that you know what you're doing and you tried. The other side's more likely to settle, and it's going to be cheaper, faster, easier than if you tried to do it with that one. So thank you very much.